just couldn't go. Your schedule just would not line up. I told you I got you too, and deep inside I know what I must do, but I don't know if they will all hurt me. Magic missile flies away. Magic missile will save the day. Deep inside we all know why. I hope the party doesn't cry, but there is one thing that's for sure. Magic missile will endure. The enemy, it just won't go down on the floor. My friends all lay around. Is this really our true fate? But from these bolts you cannot hide. Watch them slam into your side. This is the best choice to date. Magic missile flies away. Magic missile will save the day. Deep inside we all know why. I hope the party doesn't cry, but there is one thing that's for sure. Magic missile will endure. And when you miss with the sword attacks, and your magic fails to stack, I know for sure I will endure. 1d4 will hit for sure. Will hit for sure. Magic missile flies away. Magic missile will save the day. Deep inside we all know why. I hope the party doesn't cry, but there is one thing that's for sure. Magic missile will endure.
Magic missile will endure. That is for sure. Now I have to fix the cameras because someone's here late. Welcome to the dungeon.
On time is the word you were looking for.
I was raised.
15 minutes. He should know this. He was military. 15 minutes early is on time.
Yep.
Cool. Still on time.
Well, wait. He says he's on time. He's not even on camera. He's making popcorn or something.
Ooh, that's a great idea.
Well, welcome everyone to the dungeon. Welcome to our YouTube folks and our Twitch folks. If you didn't know, we are now streaming live to YouTube as well, which saves me a whole extra step after the session. I don't have to like transfer over there. It's kind of nice. But yeah, here we are. We made it again through my PC's best effort to mess everything up. So if there's anything that sounds funky or you don't hear one of us, let me know, because software updates should not like completely screw up all your settings. We have to deal enough with that with Discord. Let's not deal with it here. So yeah, those out there in TV land, let me know if something sounds off.
My CFO always said that to people who work in remote, to the point where they allowed saying that anymore. You cannot say TV land in the company.
Hey, some of us grew up with that kind of stuff. Nick at Night and stuff. Mr. Ed, all those old reruns.
A horse is a horse, of course, unless you're the famous Mr. Ed.
Now Nick at Night or whatever is playing like Friends.
I don't want to talk about how
that's because we're old. That is because we're old, Biddle.
Like, I don't want to talk about how like the movies we grew up in are now on Turner Classic Movies, right? Like when we were growing up, Turner Classic Movie was all black and white, and now it's like Star Wars.
Yeah. Yep. Back to the Future.
No. Let's talk about this. We are so far removed from Star Wars that the prequel trilogy is now older than the original trilogy was when the prequel trilogy started coming out.
Yeah.
We're old.
I do not like this. I do not like this in a hat. I do not like it in a spat. Happy Valentine's Day to those out there. Valentine's Day is here in a couple days. If you forgot, you're welcome. It's a little
I
Never
silly.
totally
forget, just don't care.
I totally just checked my phone. I'm like, is it the freaking 14th?
It's
close.
coming up. Yeah, it's
It's
a couple
close.
days away. I'm giving you time to prepare if you have not prepared. You know, for another made up holiday kind of thing. So it's been 3 weeks since we talked to me. So we got an exciting thing going. What have you guys been up to? It's been a week.
I made it another 10% through the storyline of The Witcher.
It's a big story. That should make you
I
appreciate a D&D campaign, right? It's a slog. There's a lot of story there.
I mean, yeah, and just like our D&D campaign, I've done 90% of the side missions up until the halfway point.
Checks out.
Wait, there's a main quest to this?
Yeah.
Oh no.
I think it's to get Bishop home at this point, right?
Right. I think
Oh,
so.
he can just walk out of the city at any time.
It's to keep him
You
from
think so?
exploding.
Reminds me of Skyrim. I put 300 hours into that game. Did like all the side quests, never beat it.
I never even
Oh, I've
started
been
it.
there actually.
Yeah, I did.
I was like, I'm done with this game.
I was at an antique store and found an original Xbox, like in the box, in great condition with the controller and everything, like a TV, like a controller, and then a game controller. The guy wanted like $200 for it. And I went, I can't.
Hmm.
I can go buy one just as nice for 50.
Yeah, just walk away from that. Yeah, just get the Game Pass. It's free. Just ask Drafton. He'll tell you every
That's
time.
right. Sure is.
I still have like 10 of those.
Yeah, me too. And I'll be playing Avowed next week when it comes out, which is a Skyrim-like game, evidently. So it's been getting good reviews. I'm gonna dig into that a little bit to see what that's all about. This Wednesday we'll have our hunting teddy bears for Valentine's Day. So
I think
doing
there's a
the-
mod to turn them into teddy bears.
man, well, didn't we find a mod that turned everything into Pokemon at one point?
Maybe
It wasn't a mod. That was a full game.
No, not
True.
Pal World. That's different. That's different. This was for the hunter. I actually booted up the old the other night, the Hunter Primal, which you can't even buy anymore. Yeah, but I still, because I bought it way back in the day, like 20 years ago, it's still in my Steam library, so I installed it and played it. You can see it's made by the same people, so you can see the hints of like what they were trying to do, but they kind of abandoned it, which is unfortunate because dinosaur hunting is amazing. So to the hunter people, bring it back with modern technology and like interfaces and stuff, because my goodness, it was built like a survival game. Like they basically dropped you there and they were like, shoot dinosaurs and make it, bud. Like it was something. But
Speaking of dinosaurs,
Yep.
I broke down and went back to Call of Duty for the Terminator event.
how was that?
I like it. Nothing like going around in a cosmetic of the T-800 just blowing people away.
That's awesome. Yeah, I saw Fortnite was doing something with the freaking Godzilla, and
Yeah, they have the Godzilla skin now.
yeah, you like become Godzilla for a bit, and like it's stupid. Like you just wipe everybody off the map. But what was it? Oh, exciting news for us! Our final book came in. We now are in possession of the new monster manual, so that's exciting. I know all these guys are super excited. As I was looking through that, we got the physical copy, came in the mail the other day for Mike. But I was thumbing through the digital, looking at some of the changes and things. Some of them, not sure why they went the direction they did. Most of it's good. I most of it I agree with, and they've kind of streamlined some stuff.
Yeah, I was watching the Dungeon Dudes. as they were discussing some of the changes made, and they're like, "Boy, Wizards really want you to kill your players."
I think I watched. That's the one where they went on the whole bit about shadows. They're like, shadows have always been bad, but now they're like bad. So, but they're really low CR anyways. But I actually was thumbing through there because I was talking to my youngest daughter, and I said, when I was a kid around your age, that's what got me into D&D. Is my buddy had the monster manual, and like I couldn't put it down. Like I love the artwork. I love I didn't know what anything meant, but I just love like reading the descriptions and all that. And my thumb landed on Intellect Devours, and they changed those. It makes a lot more sense now with what they've done, but they up their CR. They're no longer like CR 1/4. They're 2 now, which is good because they should have never been that low. But they've changed some aspects of them. Like I really like what they did. So it's exciting finally to have all the books done, and now to see what comes next. So we'll get to integrate some of those. The biggest changes was what they did with the dragons and the kaiju, the Titan level stuff. Like all that stuff is deadly now. Even the little ones are going to be a pain in the butt, which I never felt they were before.
What little baby kaiju?
Yeah, I mean they broke everything into families. So they basically, like, I'll give the Lich as an example. Like they had the Lich, and they're like, well, lower level players want to fight something like that, but there's nothing like that. So they took it and made us a lower end version of it, and like put rules to how that works. So it's kind of neat. It's not a Lich, but it's in that family. So they did break everything out into families. There's multiple levels of vampires, and
Not a Lich, it's a bitch.
sometimes. No, but it's pretty exciting. And that's my dog. And she's done. Yeah.
Somebody knocked on the door.
They don't even have to knock on the door. All she has to do is hear a vehicle drive by. Yeah. Anyways, anything else from you all before we dive in? We are missing a Marsland tonight. He is ill. Get better soon, sir.
It's a plague.
Stop doing outside sports.
He's much too social.
Stop outsiding.
All right. Well then, without further ado, let's get into the dungeon. All right. Did I close? That checks out. When I adjusted my microphone this week, and also fixed a bunch of stuff on my Stream Deck, so adjusting music volume is much easier now. Last week, the party continued researching information about the planes, the Shadowspark books, and the other things that they plan on accomplishing to stop the impending doom heading toward the islands of Frasium. As we left off, before we segue to what has happened with Justinian, because he wasn't with us last week, an Axamander was getting his new armor piece from Bren.
Dude, you
And-
just
What?
I
What?
blame Stream Deck.
I heard an Axamander was and gone.
Yep.
I didn't say anything else.
We'll fill everybody in now. Anaximander was talking with Bren, who removed the holy symbol of Tyr, and then something small dropped out of the symbol.
It must have been a Zoom thing. If anything.
There you are.
Yeah.
It's
Don't
just
worry, I
to,
filled them in.
it's just to you guys because I watch it move when I'm talking. The stream gets a separate channel than what you guys get. Weird. There's no cutoff for that. Anyways, let me know if it cuts out again for you guys. Yeah, an Axamander gets Bryn made him an armor piece, and upon transferring his holy symbol, something falls to the floor. And that's where we're going to start this evening.
I reached down to pick it up.
Okay. You pick up the small item. It's a small glass cylinder, like a vial of liquid, but you can see inside there's a parchment wrapped around the inside. In the top, a cork stops the contents from spilling out, and around the top of the vial, where the neck is, where the cork goes in, are pale golden white strands that wrap around several times before being tied off with a dark piece of twine. As you move the vial in your hand, you feel and hear something solid moving inside.
So, I haven't removed the cork or anything, correct?
Nope.
And it's just the parchment, and you said there's something solid inside.
Yep.
Well, I'll pull off the cork.
Uncorking the vial, you smell a light fragrance.
You have to hold on a second and fix the auto.
What?
You're gone again.
Sorry that we were having technical issues because Zoom is a pain in the butt to work with sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
you go.
I didn't check that one freaking box because I have to check it every time because it doesn't save the check.
Mm-mm.
And that's probably what's going on. But I don't know. Please hold. I can fix this.
Look at Bren. Ooh. Not gonna do that.
We have echoes now.
We do have echoes now.
Of course. Why wouldn't we?
Wait, were you not?
Stir of them.
Everybody else is echoing. God, I
Okay.
sound awful.
Okay. Hold on. I can fix this. Now say something.
There's no
Hello.
echo.
There we
No
go.
echo.
Okay. Hopefully that fixes everything. All right.
So
Continue.
going to I'm going to open the pop the cork off of the device, but delicately. And obviously, this
Okay.
is very old.
Uncorking the vial, you smell a light fragrance of iron and rose hips. You move it around, and a marble-sized stone of dark red rolls into your hand. It's a perfect cut, like a ruby meant for a crown. Down the center of it, a large crack runs.
The ruby?
Yep, and I need you to make a perception check.
Please have graphics acceleration on.
If you don't make it, Bren's just going to crack you over the head and steal the ruby and run off. So it's fine. No consequence.
All right, let me know what that is. I gotta turn on the graphics acceleration. It looks like 18 to me.
Looks that way. Yeah. Okay. As you hold it in your hand, you just hear whispers coming from the stone. You can't make out what they're saying, just the sound of whispers.
Okay, I'm at the Bren's right there, right?
Yeah, she's just watching.
Bren, tell me what you hear.
I don't hear anything.
No whispers?
No, you're not whispering to me.
Okay. Well, I think the seal, we can go ahead and put it on the new armor. Was that all that was in there? Was just the marble? There was not a parchment in there?
There's a parchment in there. Yep.
Okay. Well, while she's putting on the seal, I'm going to read the parchment.
Okay. You take the parchment's very old and kind of crackles a bit as you unroll it and read. This is my champion, in whom I've imparted my power. Let none who oppose justice stand before him, or be felled by the scales of balance. They are blessed by my blood, and sealed by the strands of my justice. They keep this near their heart, as I am near their heart. May any who seek to defile them, or me, be destroyed. And you see at the end, the note is marked with balanced scales resting on a warhammer.
I've never seen a symbol being taken off of any armor before, correct?
No, yeah, you wore this armor since it was given to you.
Yeah, but nobody else. There's no other seals of any other paladins, anything. Okay.
Nope.
All right, well, I'm not going to fold this piece of paper. I'm going to hold on to it delicately, and then wait for Bren to complete whatever the armor.
Okay. Looking down at your armor, you can see that this was intentionally like put into the chest piece. Like there's a cutout there where it rested. So she takes that symbol and she spends some time affixing that onto the armor. That should about do it.
Do you think I should put this back into the seal, Bren?
I mean, what did it say? What is it?
It was an acknowledgement that I am a paladin of Tyr and have his blessing.
Beats me. I mean, it was there. You didn't put it there?
No, I did not.
I mean, I got some space. I can hollow stuff out. I already got it put on there. I mean, if you want me to take it back off, I can take it back off. It's not a problem.
No, that's fine.
Listen, I work on Bishop all the time. Have you seen what Bishop does to himself?
I have. No, we don't need to put it back on for now. Maybe at another time. But I'm going to hold on to this.
It's your magical powers. I don't know how it works. I just know how this works, and she holds up a hammer.
All right. Well, hold on. Let's see. Can I still? I'm going to cast. Brent, if you don't mind, may I? Do I have your permission to cast a spell on you that will cause you no harm?
She just kind of looks back at you like, why?
Just a test.
Sure.
Okay. I'm going to cast a Zone of Truth.
Okay.
And, Bren, I'd like you to tell me a lie.
A lie about what?
What color is this? And I'll point to the ruby.
It's red.
Tell me it's green.
It's red.
Okay. All right. Just testing, making sure I haven't lost any ability. But the removal of that item, wouldn't make any sense to do so, but better safe than sorry before I find out at an inopportune moment. Bren, you have done wonderful work. Thank you.
No problem. I guess the next thing is the appendages for your friends.
They will be trusted warriors in this battle against what is coming to the Isles, or is already here, really. But it will be it would be very necessary. Thank you. If you could let me know. Hopefully I'll be back in time, but if I'm not, then please, can you distribute it to the appropriate people if I give you their addresses?
I think I can find some time to do that. Yes.
Is there anything that I can do for you for all of this work that you've done?
Make sure Bishop doesn't hurt himself.
No
You
guarantee.
got it. I will.
He seems
I will.
to get impassioned about things, and I fear for his safety.
I will guard him with my life.
That's good enough for me.
Thank you, Bren. Hold out my hand. Shake her hand.
She gives you a nice firm shake.
May I? And I'll point to the armor.
Please, do.
Okay. I'll take it back up to my room.
Okay. I think we all agreed that was plate, right? Adamantine plate?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
So you'll have to search for that. And
I'll find it.
okay. All right. To back up, because Justinian wasn't with us last week, and I wanted to go through this stuff with him. So you were researching the blade.
Yep.
Further on. So I have some stories about that. Of course. As you were looking through the books, you found that the birchwood blade was a gift from Sylvanus to Ferrandus, the Green Stride. It was his prized possession. Forged not from steel, but from enchanted birchwood, its blade shimmered with veins of living energy, pulsing with the lifeblood of the Feywild. The sword was said to be capable of calling forth vines to entangle foes, conjuring protective groves, and channeling the will of the forest into devastating attacks. For decades, Ferrandus defended the borders of the Feywild, keeping malevolent forces at bay. Yet his greatest trial came when Archmage Caltheros, a mortal sorcerer obsessed with claiming the power of the Feywild, invaded with his army of shadow constructs. As Caltheros unleashed a cataclysmic spell to sever the Feywild from the material plane, Ferrandus made a desperate decision. Against the counsel of his allies, he used the birchwood blade to pierce the fabric of the planes and disrupt the spell. The axe shattered the sword into fragments, its divine energy dissipating into the Feywild. The backlash tore through the land, driving Caltheros into retreat, but leaving scars on the realm that would take centuries to heal. After that, Sylvanus, though a god of nature and renewal, was also a deity of balance. The Forest Father appeared before Ferrandus not in the gentle form of a nurturing deity, but as a towering avatar of wrath. The breaking of the birchwood blade had not only weakened the connection between Sylvanus and the Feywild, but also disrupted the equilibrium of nature. You were chosen Ferondus, the god intoned his voice, resonating like thunder through the groves. But you let pride guide your hand. You have unbalanced the world in your hubris. Ferondus pleaded his case, arguing that his actions had been necessary to save the Feywild from destruction, but Sylvanas' judgment was immutable. He banished Ferondus from the Feywild, severing his bond with the land he loved. The once beloved ranger was cast into the material plane, stripped of his divine blessing. In the mortal realm, Ferondus became a wanderer, burdened by his failure and seeking redemption. He swore to find the fragments of the birchwood blade and restore it, believing that only then he could return to the Feywild and prove himself worthy of Sylvanas' favor once more. So that was your second day.
Okay.
And I can send all that to you because it's a lot.
It was. It was fast writing.
But now you have a backstory for Ferondus.
Yeah.
The last day, you actually found some books on reforging the blade.
Okay.
The reforging must occur, and it's most of this is old theories based on the construction of the blade itself.
Okay.
It's not written like the other books. Like, this is more like notes scrawled in the margins. The reforging must occur in the heart of a large Sumalan tree that shares a connection with the sacred nexus where the blade was originally crafted. It requires an essence of renewal, which is a vial of water from the crystal lake in the Feywild, a moon petal bloom, a flower that blooms only under the light of a full moon and under the shadow of a Sumalan tree, a sylvan forge flame, a fire fueled by living magic created by igniting a branch of the eternal birch with Feywild starlight. Once lit, it must be kept burning by the magic of starlight or dragon's fire. Spirit offering, the willing blessing of at least 3 Feywild spirits, dryads, fairies, pixies, or treants, on a vial of water to infuse their energy into the reforged blade. You then must cleanse the fragments by placing the fragments in the crystal lake's waters while chanting the Song of Growth. This purges its lingering corruption from the shattering. The binding song. Reforging must be accompanied by a chorus of elven descent who know the ancient melody that shaped the blade. And fusing the pieces, the fragments are placed on an anvil of living stone under the sylvan forge flame. Instead of hammering, the wielder channels their life essence and devotion to the blade, compelling the fragments to merge. The moon petal bloom is ground into powder and sprinkled over the blade, sealing the seams with the glow of unity. And at the ritual's climax, Sylvanas must be called out to bless the blade once again. This can happen only if the wielder has proven their worth through their actions, demonstrating selflessness, devotion to balance, and a willingness to protect the natural world.
Okay.
And feel free to have conversation with any character you might about these things. If not, we'll move on to the current day.
Okay. Literally, the conversation would be, hey, the blade is going to be a lot more than just finding that last piece. We should probably keep to finding the books first. That would be what I would give the group after day 3.
Would you have shared what ingredients we need?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Okay. That would work because we could get ingredients as we're trying to get other stuff too, because like we need to go to the Fae to get something in the Fae, right? The Fae world that we needed, or is it just now that we know we need to go there for
The
blessings?
water, yep.
Right.
And we can probably get the blessings of the fairies from the tree that we protected. That would be one where we've already done something for somebody.
We may be able to, yeah.
Right.
Well,
But yeah,
well, wow, I
this
was
is-
like, which one did we protect? Which one did we burn?
The one that the hobgoblins were chopping down.
Yeah, the ones that they were south of.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just sounds like there's going to be more things to this than we initially thought, but it seems like each piece, each echo is going to be more than just getting it.
Yeah, I can't wait to find out how we weed the corruption out of the Shadowspark Chronicles. That's gonna be great.
Laura's already done it with the books that we've given her.
I didn't think she did.
She was working on it.
They were trying to figure out how to, but they were also literally copying everything page for page so that information wouldn't be lost. Anyway.
All right. Any conversation you want to have before we snap back to the house?
Nope, that'd be it.
Okay. Anaximander, let's see. It was the start of day 3, right? And Bishop, you were headed out to learn about creatures of the Shadowfell or something with Gwynton, I believe.
No, it was me and Annex were doing that.
Okay.
Because Annex had experience fighting them.
Okay. Gwynton, what were you doing?
That's a great question. I did not remember what I was going to do.
I don't think you specifically had said anything yet. I think you were.
No, I don't.
Him and Marsland were doing something, I thought.
Marsland wasn't even home. He didn't come home from the night before.
Yeah, we haven't found Marsland. He's still asleep at the random tailor. Right. I feel like I was in the academy though. Was I helping Justinian or something?
I think you were. No, you were the day before, but you might have been going back.
I suggested buying stuff, but everyone's like, "No, we're good," because we're good on health potions. Ish, we're good on healers kits.
You know, I think you were headed back to research last part of the blade, which I just read to. Justinian. And then and then Bishop, you and Anax were headed for the creatures. Okay. So, Bishop, you and Anax begin pouring through as many books as you can find to find information about the creatures of the Shadowfell. You find a section of books that discuss the Shadowfell and what it's like there. From aspects of creatures, there's a lot of creatures that are born of shadow and undead that haunt this bleak plain, as do other creatures that thrive in the gloom, including cloakers and dark mantles. Doesn't go into details about, what they are or how to fight them or anything like that, just what's there. Aberrations, mainly undead. Anax, you feel pretty inclined that you need to purge this place. It's not a good place.
Mm-hmm.
As you read further, you find that the Shadowfell is split into, while it has its own places there, there are what they call the domains of dread. They're in the far-flung corners of the Shadowfell, hidden expanses of roiling mist and vague semi-realities. At the eerie edge of the multiverse, mysterious entities known as the Dark Powers collect the most wicked beings from across ages and worlds with inescapable, mist-shrouded demiplanes. In these shadowy prisons, the villainous beings become Dark Lords, able to exercise great power, but confined to realms that twist the desires, capturing them in cycles of dread and despair. Mists surround each of the domains of dread, making it difficult to leave one domain and even harder to find a path to another. The mists rise and fall at the whim of the Dark Powers, and they can even slip across the plains to drag people unwittingly into the dread domains. Those who live in these domains ascribe all sorts of sinister stories to the mists. Any supernatural happening, inexplicable disappearance, or malicious force can be blamed on the mists. You then find sections and if you want to know more, just say that the more popular domains there are Barovia, Borca, Falkovnia, Calecria, Lemordia, Mordant, and Valashon.
Well, hopefully we don't have to do a full exploration of this place, but it seems it could use a good purging.
I think that is a bit more than 5 people will be able to accomplish.
You don't think that 5 people can cleanse all of the Shadowfell?
Since it's its own plane, I'm assuming no.
Preparation will be key. Well,
And purging the Shadowfell, that might require the Birchwood Blade, and I'll go into the details about that story.
Okay.
Well, currently, we just need to worry about what might have entered this plane in the forest. For now.
Agreed.
well, I can say firsthand that it is frightening to behold for simple civilians here at the city.
We've not heard anything about them. Whatever shadow creatures that are in the forest have come out towards any of the civilizations yet, right?
Nope.
I thought I was
Nope.
ambushed by one.
You did run into something on the road. Yep.
Okay. Did it
Uh,
match any of the description that was here, or is it just off a little bit? Not correct.
No, it's definitely one of the darker creatures for sure.
Okay.
Other than that, the rest of the party, minus Justinian, would just know that Jade talked about it all the time.
AFK for a sec.
Well, so we're leading into midday.
Yep. With all that into more evening time. Yeah.
Well, I think we've gathered enough information for now, and it's just Bishop and I, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think we've gathered enough intel on this. Let's head back and gather our thoughts and figure out the next steps. We've got plans to make. We'll start heading out.
Okay. And I'm assuming that everyone is openly sharing the information they find each day.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
So I would say as you head into the evening and meet up there at the house, you see Marsland kind of standing there. Oh, I thought you might have went to the academy. It's very interesting. Did you learn anything?
Deep knowledge of the creatures of shadow and their plane of existence. We are in for a difficult journey here in the Spirit Woods forest.
It seems like everywhere we go is a difficult journey. Why can't everyone just get along and just read books all the time?
If we read books all the time, who would take the action to go and get things done?
We wouldn't need to. If everyone read books, everyone would be happy. There would be no actions that need to be done.
You are truly blind. to that of the outside world, outside of books.
I
But
can see you. I'm not blind.
Marsland. Whenever I deal with you, Fidelkin, it's always an exercise in futility, but I enjoy every minute of it.
You
Could
have
also
dealt with
be,
Vidalkin before?
I've dealt with many of your kind. I mean, keep in mind, I've been around for quite a while.
What was that, Bishop?
Maybe if you didn't have your noses in books so much, you guys wouldn't have blown up your city.
Ooh, ouch.
Ouch. That was in a different situation entirely, and one I'm not going into.
Regardless, there's a time to read and to study. I'm not going to downplay that necessity, but there's a time where you need to go and apply.
By the way, sorry I didn't come home last night. I was getting something taken care of, some business, and it seems that some people in this town, and maybe in this house, tend to take things really literally. And when I said I needed some sleep, they assisted me with that.
Well, I'm glad you're okay. I figured it couldn't be anything too serious, as you're at the academy, unless some of your fellow patrons of the academy decided to do you ill will. But I haven't seen anything that would lead to that.
Nothing, no. Everyone at the academy is good.
Anything we should know about?
And he regales the information from last week.
Regarding the person who unwillingly put you to sleep.
Oh, no, it was just a misunderstanding. It's all fine. I actually slept really well.
Have you checked for all your belongings, Marsland, to make sure that nothing is missing?
Oh, when it comes to those users of magic, everyone's completely honest. They would never take things from you.
Would you please just check for me?
Sure.
We're missing another sword piece.
He goes through his things and it takes a while. Everything's there.
Okay.
Wouldn't be surprised if you didn't have an inventory or two of all of your belongings.
Oh, I have everything written in a book.
Of course you do.
It'd be great if that book was missing, though.
Right. That's the one thing that's
Be a
missing.
shame if something happened to that book.
Quentin, why would you even entertain that idea?
Because everything's a possibility.
You're going to cause chaos in the life of Marsland. Remove that book. I kid, Marsland. I kid.
You say that, but I feel like there's hints of truth in your speech.
I have no ill will towards that book. You are quite organized, much more so than I. Of course, I don't have many belongings anyway, so there's not much to keep track of. Limbs, armor, a few gold.
So,
By the way, while we're chatting and walking, I'll hand him that ruby. Notice the crack here.
yes, I see it is cracked.
Well, a couple of things. A, could you tell me if it is magical in origin? B, can you repair it?
He takes a look at it. I could if I, take some time to try to identify it, if you want to do that.
That would be fine. When we're back at the house. Let's not do it
You're
out
back.
here in the
You're back
open.
at the. You're back at the house.
Oh, I thought we were
Uh,
walking.
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Oh, good.
Oh. Well, I had an appointment at the academy.
Let's
Okay.
rewind.
We'll take care of that.
I didn't realize we left already.
Okay.
Sorry.
Your appointment. Yep.
He's on a mission from Gad.
I go to Drisk.
Yes, Bishop.
Is Aura expecting me?
You did request some of her time. And he takes you over to that, the one weird door. You walk in, it's just a dark room, but when you walk out, it's her office before the assault on Candor's Keep. Yes, Bishop?
Well, since you are officially back in your position, I thought it wise for you to keep this collection in case something happened to us. And I'll put the books out on her desk.
You see her take a deep breath when you set them in. I still don't like these.
We don't like half the things we've been tasked to collecting. But they are safer here than in my bag out in the world.
Have you figured out where the rest of them are?
We have a few hints of their locations.
I'll be
We will
guessing
be leaving at the end of the week.
Well, when do you think you'll return?
That is a good question. We believe one of them is somewhere in the Spirit Woods forest. Then
Why
there
would
is
it
still.
be in-
I'll go through the
Yeah.
whole spiel of the necromancer that the Rangers fought.
That's an interesting tale. I don't remember my brother going there, or... Curious.
It was said that whoever controlled the book controlled creatures of the Shadowfell.
That is quite interesting.
And of course, there is still the issue of Perrin's folly.
Oh. That. Yes, how will you overcome that?
Well, we do have 2 members of our group that have not been banished from that town.
I wish you the best of luck.
Of course, we could also be causing more problems there than are already known. But they do not own that book. That does not belong to them.
Try convincing them of that.
And then I'll go into labyrinth tale.
Oh,
We believe, what was that? We thought it was the swamps, right?
the other myths book?
Yeah.
No, you these islands
Oh, the
down here.
Serpent Island. Yeah.
Yep.
It looked like a dragon.
Yep. It's a sea dragon. Now
So
that
at this point,
that story makes more sense than the other. That
well,
necromancer was banished from the kingdoms long ago, and it was rumored he stole things from Kandor's keep when he left, but no one ever heard from him again.
so you do not believe that the Spirit Woods you don't believe that book is one of your ancestors.
I don't think so. But
Well,
that doesn't
that-
mean someone couldn't have stolen the book.
That does not bode well, because that means there is a third book out there that we still have no clue as to where it belongs.
I don't know. I believe that all myths and fairy tales are based in some sort of reality, but what is that reality? And who would keep it secret? And who would write it in a children's book?
Who are they authored by?
There was no author listed.
No author list. Okay. Well, we do believe that if that book is still in Spirit Woods Forest, it is what's causing the problems with shadow creatures running around. It needs to be taken care of one way or the other, as we can't have creatures from the Shadowfell just able to access this plane.
Not at all. That would be quite dire.
So hopefully our luck is somewhat turning around and we can take care of 2 stones with 1 bird.
I think you mean 2 birds with 1 stone.
You all have way too many sayings.
Oh, Bishop. The questions I have. But for another time when things aren't so dire. How is everything else?
The research is going well, but the tasks are a lot more difficult than even we imagined.
Have you heard from Oz, by the way?
No. Once he was lost to the astral sea, there was not really anything else we could do. I'm sure Frost has been frantically searching.
Interesting. I have not heard from him. Or of him. In a while. I think that's good news for everyone.
Keeping him occupied in this manner was not the best outcome, as we lost someone, but in doing so, we have not had to deal with him.
That's count your blessings.
But maybe while we were out on this first outing, you and the Queen may be able to help us deal with Perrin's folly.
What can we do? I mean, the Queen has reign over that area, though they rule themselves locally, but she could give a pass for you to walk in town.
It was discussed maybe doing or having another emissary excursion, and we would be a part of that.
You could be sent by the Queen we could we could mark you as an emissary and would protect you in some right. I would recommend, is there some sort of penance you could pay that might make them happy?
I do not believe that we would have the kind of funds to reimburse any damages that may have been caused by someone who is no longer even part of our party.
Maybe a gift of some sort, or I'm reaching here, Bishop.
I tried to speak reason to them during the trial of Jade Fire. It seems there were issues with that town well before we ever arrived.
Only they keep to themselves. They don't bother anyone, and we don't bother them. The trade is good. It was good. Their lumber is suffering.
I'm not sure that a town under the Queen's rule being left alone to do whatever they pleased was the greatest strategy.
Well, Smyrna is in the same situation, and they do fine.
I am open for any suggestions, as I am not sure what kind of gift or gestures the five of us would have to change their minds.
I would guess the Queen can mark you as emissaries. You could all enter the town that way, and maybe just keep an open mind.
I mean, we are there to take something else from them.
Oh, gods.
Let's be brutally honest.
Well, good luck. Maybe they've elected new leadership there, and they'll be more prone to negotiate.
Maybe, but you have sent people there. The church has sent people there. No one has heard from either group again. So I am not keeping my hopes up too high.
Yes, that doesn't bode well. And we don't want to slaughter a city. And though it's not your fault, guys did kind of start this. But would you like me
We
to
will-
speak with the queen?
If you would, that would be very helpful.
Yes, I can do that. Might take some time. She's been busy as of late, as you're well aware.
Well, as I say, I am not quite sure how long it'll take us in the forest, but we will be back.
Make sure that you do, Bishop.
Until then, I am glad we were able to help in your situation.
So am I. I appreciate it.
I shall take my leave.
Now
And
let's
I'll
get
turn.
these somewhere undetectable. And she starts putting the books into a bag.
Yeah. I'll leave.
Okay, so you'll be heading back home while everybody else is there having this conversation. Marsland
Yep.
has cast this identify circle. Anaximander, this is strange. It's... I want to say it's magical, but it's not. It's more... it just doesn't make any sense to me. It seems more divine. And it doesn't seem to be a ruby at all. It's hardened blood, which is actually kind of disgusting. We don't hear you.
Hardened blood?
Yes, like crystallized.
May I? I'll hold my hand out.
Yeah, and he just kind of picks it up and quickly drops it in your hand and looks at his hand and kind of wipes it off.
Is it going to violate any code if I just lick it real quick?
You can do...
I just want to make sure that I am not going to just sit there and like make the end of an Anaximander Star Word because I try and figure out if he's truthful or not or this.
It's not... It's...
Okay? I am not going to be an oathbreaker because I licked the blood of a god, okay?
Okay. You do remember that it smelled kind of irony when you opened the vial.
Okay.
Get,
That's okay.
You're
All
not.
right, all right.
You're not
Okay.
going to. Like, I would say you're intelligent enough that those two
Yeah.
kind of make sense. That one confirms the other before you would get to the point of licking it.
Good. I'm going to take this crystallized blood and the parchment, and I'm going to gently roll the parchment back into the vial.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to put the cap back onto it.
Okay.
All right, and then I'm going to put it in the in the armor. Okay, so ideally it would probably go back to where it was located originally, but I can keep it on the inside of the armor for right now.
Okay. Yeah. Because
Thoughts?
I mean, you would have to have Bryn open that up.
Yeah, exactly.
And make
Yeah.
a crevice for it to go. So
I'm gonna keep it on me. Maybe I don't trust those bags of holding.
there's just, it's not
Yeah,
like it weighs
they're fine.
140
They're fine.
pounds.
Yeah, the blood doesn't weigh some weird amount that I don't recognize when I put it in there. It's not going to rip and fall into the astral
No.
sea.
No.
Okay. All right, I'm going to put it into the bag of holding.
Okay,
How does one put a weight on the blood of a god?
I just want to put
It's
the
true.
weight of a statue which has the soul of an astral elf.
yeah.
He explained that one time.
He did a couple times. All right.
All right, so you
Yes, Marcelin, I'm not really sure what to do with this other than be honored that I have this gift. And I've had this gift with me for many years. I will think on this. Thank you, Marcelin. Your insight was quite helpful.
no problem.
I wonder if that's Tyr's blood.
It could be.
So
I mean,
maybe what
maybe
oh,
based off of Marcelin with his discernment and magical ability, stating it's divine, and its raw essence of iron, and it smells of blood. Very well could be.
maybe that is one of the ingredients that will be needed to revive Tyr.
I don't know what the process would look like for reviving Tyr, but having a part of him. What?
Say just add water.
Oh gosh.
Grow a god.
It's an Orby.
Sea monkey do.
Chia.
What if we like uncrystallized blood and then injected it into you? Would you become Tyr, or would Tyr just become a part of you?
I don't think that that's very wise to go injecting this into me. Based off my
ideas.
intelligence and the fact that it
just
smells
ideas.
of blood.
They're just ideas. That's it.
Yeah.
Just speculating.
I think more information should be gathered before I make a spur of the moment decision.
Oh, absolutely. Just talking through the process. That's how we learn.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're Marcelin.
Well,
Hey, I think through every decision that I make.
No. But I'm saying you're very book learned. Most of us have to go through a life experience to gain knowledge.
That is true. You should read more books.
I've been working on it. I've just spent the last 3 days in the academy.
you know, after these past several days, I could do with a little bit more extracurricular activity other than reading books.
Hasn't it been great? This has been like my dream. We've all together been reading books and going to the academy every day. Isn't this much better than climbing into some deep, dark hole somewhere?
No, I would prefer crawling into a deep dark hole and fighting monsters.
I'd
Definitely.
rather. Yeah, I'm a big fan of purging evil from this world, and I can't do so from a desk.
What is a lack of knowledge but evil? And we purged that evil with reading books.
You purge evil in your way, I will purge evil in mine.
I saw Mike looking up there.
I'm not there.
Yeah, I know. I would
So
say
what?
about this time you walk in just 'cause-
Yeah, I was saying, I thought he was back with us. He just had the
Yeah.
appointment.
You're back now. You walk in.
Bishop, how are you?
I am no different than when we parted ways from the academy,
Well,
other than I am still standing. I am slowly falling apart.
we're all slowly falling apart.
You hear the wall open up and the gnome who takes care of your trade business. Do you know what all yous needs? A table to sit at. 'Cause you's always just kind of standing here in a circle talking about all his business.
Isn't
can you-
that what
can
a
you-
lobby is for? We are literally standing in the living room.
Yeah, why don't you go sit down somewhere? You know, some people trying to sleep, trying to get business done, and you're up here just talking. And let's just
I
say,
know, and
you're not like light walkers.
I know. I spent many a time staring at a war room table, discussing plans for the upcoming battle. Yes, a table. Are you offering to procure us a table?
No, I'm offering to give myself some coffee because I got some more stuff to take care of. But just thought I'd throw a suggestion out there on my way to the kitchen.
There is a table in the kitchen.
There is a table in the kitchen. You should try using it.
Clearly, we have upset the gnome with our lobby talk.
Why is it even our help tells us what to fucking do?
Yeah.
That's why I'm looking around crazy. I'm like, didn't Quentin and freaking Bishop hire these guys? Like,
Yep.
doesn't this guy technically work for the two of them?
And she's really good at what she does. She just walks off.
Like, I expect it from Bryn because she's like your best friend, Bishop, but like, literally, I kind of want to kick her down a flight of stairs, but that would be bad.
It's good to have those below you critique you from their vantage. That way we can see from outside of our perception. Justinian.
No one is below me. I am
Technically,
common folk.
she
as
is
common.
We
below.
hired. We
She
hired
is
her. Yes.
barely to my kneecap.
I don't know. Don't let her hear that. She'll never get the end of it.
Oh, you meant
I
physically
heard that!
shorter than me. You meant when you said below me, you meant physically shorter than me. Okay.
No, that's what Bishop meant. That's not what I meant. We
Oh.
hired her, so
Okay. Wait, I have a servant.
no. We've conscripted them to perform a duty for us.
So they're not a servant. What are they then?
Hired help.
Some
Isn't
some
that
may
what a
call them
servant is?
some might call them employees.
I'm so confused by the lingo.
Well, it's
All
not
right.
the caste system of Smyrna. Okay, here in Candor's Keep in the civilized world, we don't have servants and masters. We have. I kid, Justinian. I kid.
Aren't you a servant of Tyr the way I'm a servant of Ferondis?
Yes.
So there is a caste system here.
Well, I wouldn't call it so much as a caste system, just more of a degradation of power between God and man, and who I choose to follow and lead me into battle.
You know, Bishop, you're the only person that I have not heard speak of a deity that you worship. Was your monastery more about like ideas, or did they have a specific deity that they followed?
I did not come from traditional monastery. Mine was more, she didn't want to beat the shit out of people.
Fair enough.
I just took that mantra. When I meditate, I'm really just sitting there. I don't pray to anyone or anything.
I just got
Sometimes
this picture.
it calms me. Sometimes it does not.
I just got that picture of John C. Reilly's character from Anger Management.
Pretty
When he
much.
attacks Adam Sandler. Sorry. So, how many days do we have left before we leave?
One.
I am anxious to get back out in the world.
Tomorrow we leave.
So, Aura now has control of the Shadowspark Chronicles again. And I explained to her that we may have found the final three. She is not so sure about the book rumored to be in the forest, but she cannot be certain that it is not one of her ancestral books. But she does agree that if it is allowing creatures from the Shadowfell into our plane, it needs to be taken care of. She is also going to be working with the Queen to maybe making us emissaries. That way we can have access to Perrin's Folly. But that task is still going to be difficult as we know we're going there to take something from them.
Is it a spiritual text to them, or is it part of just a library collection?
Their clergyman was using the writings to sacrifice the elderly to make cures for the plague.
Wow, that's dark.
This is the first that Justinian and I have heard
Yeah.
about this, correct?
Yeah, they haven't really talked about it.
Okay.
Dark is an
Why have we
understatement.
left this book in their hands?
Why have we not purged the city?
Why do I agree with the bloodthirsty paladin all of a sudden?
Maybe just the temple hierarchy first, and
The
see if the temple
situation
follows suit.
was difficult, to be honest. There was a lot going on when we got there. And then having one of our members start such a horrific fire did not help the situation.
Oh, yeah, an Axemander. So before you and I joined, there was this Tabaxi Ranger, and he started fires, talked trash, set off traps on purpose on the party. His own people wanted him for treason. Not a great guy, from my understandings.
Well, on behalf of the Unsparkers, they've cast off the vestige and brought us on, Justinian. So it is good to hear that things have turned out for the better for everybody. Maybe one day we will meet this Tabaxi.
So, yes, there was a lot going on, and in the confusion, the book was left behind.
All right.
Any thoughts on moving forward? I know we've got some time before we decide to get on a ship.
I think we could all just continue to read books at least for another week.
No.
Not sure what good that would do.
Well, let's think on it. We have in the immediate view, we have going to the Tabaxi clan here in the Spirit Woods Forest. But we should be thinking about how are we going to manage to procure the book from Perrin's Folly.
Well, while we are exploring the forest, maybe Pora and the Queen can come up with some ideas.
would be good if the queen could handle it, as seeing as it is part of her empire.
Yes, I'm not sure how that will work. It seems that though that city falls under her jurisdiction, they were pretty much left to their own accord, which was part of the problem to begin with.
Do we know where the Tabaxi clan is inside of the
Yes,
Spiritwood Forest?
I asked that last week. Yeah, we'd been there before.
Yeah, we even met their chieftain since I joined the group.
There's no way to access. They don't have. It's not by water.
Oh, what are you talking about? Parents' Folly or the
No,
Rangers?
the Rangers,
Rangers are just in the forest.
just in the forest. I would think that they would have some foothold close to the water, but I suppose that could be anywhere.
They have a water source there, yes, that runs through the village.
Marcelin, just a reminder, they are not big fans of the Academy or Candor's Keep. So we're going to keep talk about your position down when we go and ask them for aid.
Anyone who does not like the Academy just doesn't know it well enough yet.
And some people act on what they know rather than do what you do best and learn more. And that action, Marsland, could mean a forest full of rangers and fell creatures chasing us out of the forest. So tomorrow morning, we head out. Did we just follow the trail until we get to the forest and
Yes.
just
If we are done in the city, then we need to continue on.
True. That's a big forest, though.
That's why we are going to the camp, as I believe it is their tribe that fought in that war. So they would know more about their past stories than what we can find in any book.
We all look at Marsland. Stuff it.
More books?
Well, good. We have a plan in our sights. Anything else, guys?
I think I am just going to go relax a bit, since I am being forced to stop this fun activity that we've all enjoyed the last several days and go back out into the world.
It is evening time, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I think I'll head to my room as well.
Okay. Bishop, anything?
No, I'll go up and hang out with Bren.
Okay. Justinian, anything?
Nope.
Okay.
I think I'm good to go.
Quentin, anything?
Nope.
Okay. You all sleep peacefully as the morning comes. Bishop, what were you doing? Are you just going to kind of stand out there and wait for everybody?
Yeah.
Anaximander. You awaken. You stretch. You can hear the bones pop. And you feel like you just didn't sleep well. You kind of turn and swing your leg over onto the edge of the bed, and you sit there for a while contemplating what's going on.
What, are you describing my every morning?
Yeah, yeah, you and me both, brother. You just kind of lean forward a bit and place your face into your hands, and as you do, you feel a lot of beard cushion as you push forward. And hair kind of falls into your face, and you see that it's almost white.
Well, whatever's happening is accelerating. This is, yeah.
You do have a mirror in your room. Everybody has a mirror
Yep.
in their room.
Yep. I'm going to look at it. Look in the mirror.
Okay. Looking in the mirror, it looks like overnight you've aged significantly. Like very rapidly compared to a normal day. Your hair even grew out longer. Your beard is longer, white and gray. Your other hair is like draping over your shoulders. Looks like a different person.
Can I pull out the vial again?
Yeah, so you take it out of your
The pack, yeah.
out of the pack. Yep.
Do I feel anything?
As you pull it out, you just hear the whispers. So, I'll see.
What was that?
Nothing. I just made noises.
Okay. No,
Nothing discernible.
Okay. That's a problem.
Give me a wisdom.
Yeah, was it wisdom or arcana?
Yeah,
or
wisdom.
something. Okay. Wisdom. 18.
Dang, 2 18s in a row.
Well, two different modifiers. One was a +2, the other one was a +8.
So as you hold it there in your hand, and after hearing what Marsden had to say about it, you wonder about the connection between what you just woke up to and what you have in your hand.
Pull out the nugget
Mm-hmm.
from the vial, and I'll hold it in my hand. And then just gonna read. Yeah, go ahead.
As you hold it in your hand, your palms had become sweaty, and you look down and you see the crack split a little, and you watch as your hair begins to shorten and darken back to what it was from the day before. But now the crack is larger in the stone.
Okay. What time is it?
Good morning.
Is everybody else awake?
You're starting to hear footsteps. You, of course, can hear Bishop walking around, as the neighbors do as well.
Okay.
But
What about our gnome? Does she hear Bishop walking?
Gnome doesn't sleep. We don't pay her to sleep. No. I'm going to go to Bishop.
Okay.
How far away? How far away is the temple from here?
I mean, it's a decent walk for sure.
Like a good hour
I'd
or
say
so.
I would say it's a good hour because it's down more from a Y position. It's down more to where the academy is, but it's more off in -X. That's terms I know he understands.
Mm-hmm. Bishop.
Intruder alert.
I think
he
I
looks
think I
he
have
looks the same. Just
no,
just
but
Did I-
because he didn't.
Yeah.
Bishop, I think I have a problem that I need to sort out before we head out, and I need a little bit of guidance. And the only place that I know how right now is at the temple. Actually, you know what, Bishop? I'll be right back, and then I'm gonna go back upstairs.
Okay.
And I'm gonna sit at the bedside, and I'm gonna hold out that blood, and I'm gonna meditate on it.
Okay.
Well, that was an awkward 2 seconds of conversation.
You go through rapid aging twice, and you tell me how you feel.
You're just what are you trying to glean?
So I'm trying to wrap my head about this situation there, and trying to see if I can come to any conclusion as to what to do next with this. Do I hold this in my hand? I'm trying to seek
Go
guidance
put
from
the
any
one thing
knowledge.
that's keeping you alive in another
Yeah.
plane.
so as you hold it there, just in your head you hear, they keep this near their heart
No, goodness.
as I am near their heart.
It's the bag of holding. Okay, well, is there a place I would have to have Bryn fix the armor.
She can knock that out real quick. That's
All right, well, I'm going to go to Bryn and I'm going to have her knock that out real quick.
okay. So the rest of you, as you wake up, you just, you hear dink, dink, dink coming from upstairs. Bishop's downstairs.
What the hell's Bryn working on if it's not you?
I mean, she is a blacksmith. We've spent many the night working.
Ugh.
I'm in there with Bryn, by the way, so.
Yeah.
Or if she's doing those appendages for Anaximander's new militia that he's starting.
Possibly. I just sit down and shift into a meditating state.
Okay.
How soon do you think we're leaving, Bishop?
I am now not sure, as Annex came down, mentioned something about the temple, and then ran back upstairs.
DM, do we have a weaponsmith nearby the house, like within a half-hour walk?
No, because they're further down.
Okay. Would it be on our way out of town to one?
You'd be closer, yeah, because you got to go down
Okay.
that way.
Okay. Bishop, I'd like to stop by a blacksmith on our way out of town.
Is there something I can help you with? As
Um,
I am a blacksmith as well.
Right, but I can't imagine that there's enough tools up there for you and Bren to work at the same time. I
It is
have
quite
oh,
the
go ahead.
setup.
I have this old warhammer that I took off of our ship when I was worried about using a magic weapon on you guys if I lost my facility or my faculties. I'm sorry. Uh, it's not very good. But I just after doing the reading that I've done over the last 3 days, I think that if I don't have the birchwood blade, it would be good for me to use the weapon of Sylvanas, which is a warhammer, when I go into battle. And so I just want to make this one serviceable until I can find one.
So, with all the years I've been working as a blacksmith and knowing the condition of this warhammer, could I estimate how long it would take to even get this in a repairable state?
Take you a couple hours for sure to to do that. Yeah, you could get it into a usable state. You're gonna have to replace the shaft on it with whatever and knock the rust off and clean it up. Deal with the pitting. Maybe wrap a new coat on it and kind of seal it in. So yeah, probably I'd say 4 hours.
I will take it from him and go upstairs and start working on it.
Okay.
When Bishop enters the blacksmith again, say, Bishop, I believe I found the answer. So I woke up this morning in a severe degree of aging had occurred overnight. And come to find out, once I had the vial in my hand, then the aging receded. So it appears that this particular vial is what has been instrumental in keeping me alive these many centuries. So Master
I suggest,
Bryn here,
yeah,
Bryn here is going to put the vial back into its proper location underneath the symbol of Tyr. And you weren't here at the time, but the this contains a parchment with a declaration of from Tyr for being a martyr, as well as a nugget, you say, of blood of divine origin.
Well, it would seem that we need to keep, if that is keeping you alive, then we need to keep it from being destroyed.
True.
It's a good thing you have this brand new armor that is much stronger than your last set.
And speaking of which, you don't need to be carrying this around. I'm going to take off the chainmail, or take the chainmail out of the bag of holding, and I'll place it over there for Bryn to use for parts or whatever.
It seems that we'll have a little bit of time, as Justinian has asked for a favor, and this will take me at least 4 hours. I'll start working on the hammer.
Okay.
I do suggest that if any of you have anything else needs to be taken care of to do it now. And I'll be a little extra loud with my.
Yeah, Marsland says, I am going to go make sure that the ship is ready for us to travel. Are we taking the ship? Or do we need to get a horse and cart?
The forest is a bit thick. I'm not sure we would even be able to see the forest floor from the airship.
So, are we going to walk?
I thought that was the plan.
Okay. I'll be in the library.
To go down and chat with Gwynton for a bit.
Okay.
I'm actually leaving.
Gwynton
Yeah.
is leaving.
You come to the edge and you see him starting to walk toward the front door. We'll do that.
Yeah. Gwynton, are you okay?
Yep, I just noticed I don't have some ingredients for spells, so I'm going to go pick some up.
Well, I'll let you know the same thing that I told Bishop, and I'll tell the rest of the party as well about that discovery, and probably it's in some of what we've discovered. So just be aware of its location and what has transpired. So there's been a slight delay in our departure because of it.
That's fine. I get that things happen, especially when dealing with a circumstance such as that.
Okay. Well,
We're
I'll-
not gonna make it. We're not gonna make it.
That's the theme song of the Light on Sparkers, right?
Yes, it is.
All right. Well, Gwynton, if you don't need my services, then I will stay here and wait for Bryn to get done.
Yep, you're fine. I should be back relatively quickly. And then what I
Alright.
pinged you about is what I'm going to go get.
Yep, no problem. So the time passes. Any conversations, or y'all just gonna do your thing around the house?
Just gonna,
Um,
I'll sweep the living room.
Remnants of Rift.
Oz or Rift, yeah.
It's dusty in here.
I will have that conversation with Bren that you and I had a conversation with out of.
Yes, that's fine. All right. Gwynton returns. The hammer is finished, so just put a regular warhammer in your inventory.
Woohoo.
How much is three bags
We'll
of diamond
handle that
dust, 100
offline.
each? Okay.
It's yeah. Actually, I can probably just look it up real quick. So
Just gonna get.
I know.
an 8-ball of diamond dust.
I know when I did this in Dearney, it was like 350 or something to grind the diamonds down.
Yeah.
Well, it's like 50 to grind the diamonds down or something,
but you did so many of them or something.
I did 3 of them.
Yeah, we'll figure that out
Okay.
because they put this stuff as a requirement, but
Yeah, no, I gotcha.
oh, unless you're using it to cast a particular spell.
It's greater restoration.
Okay. Yeah,
So
there
it's-
it is.
100.
As long as it's so, you just tell me how many piles.
It's like 3 piles worth 100.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 300 gold.
Okay.
So that'd be 100 gold each. It's weird that it's worth 100 plus. Yeah, we'll go.
Well,
we'll go.
I know when we did it in Dearney, it was like 300. I gave him 3 100s, and he cost like $50 to grind them down, right?
That's fine. 300's fine. The city appreciates your services. No branding fee this time.
Whoa.
Yeah. All right. So you're all back. You all have your things. You're packed. What
Ready
do
to
you
go.
wanna do?
Ready to go.
Ready to go.
Now that
All
it's
right.
8:00 at night.
No, that's fine. That's fine. All right.
Quentin's got some diamond dust on his little mustache.
That's fair.
I'll haste when I want to, sir.
All right.
Just go knock on the library door. Marslin, all right, it's time. Let's get going.
You
We know exactly where the encampment is, though, right?
roughly. I mean, it is a forest, right? And it's a thick forest. It's not like any of you are rangers, but you know the direction, and you know it's next to, that's
They will know us before we know they are there.
yeah.
Right? They're gonna know we're there before we know they're there.
Just start pushing trees over.
Please don't do that, Bishop.
So you you leave town. You exit out of the beggars market. Most of the people kind of run up to you in Axamander and say something nice or thank you because you do a lot of work there. Marslin and Justinian, you see Restus. He just gives you a sly smile and a nod as he sees you all leaving town.
Off to make me more money.
Glenn, why is he smiling at us like that?
I think I know, Justinian, and I think you know too.
I don't. I mean, deal well struck.
Well, with the deal that we made, he knows if we're leaving, we have the chance to be bringing him back some more profits.
Fair
Just every
enough.
time they come back to town, they just got their pockets and turned inside out. Nope, not this time. Nothing here.
Now, DM, you did say that, like, from what we could tell, he is using at least some of that money on the people, correct?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Restus is very much invested into his district.
Perfect.
You walk out through the fields that just months ago you all met for the first time in a chaotic flash of activity and bandits. The giant hole that was once there where Quentin, your brother, started his end has now been filled in. It's been planted with winter wheat, and there's barely a sign it was even there in the first place.
Is that the same hole where they first discovered me?
Yep.
Mhm. And the Mithril mine.
Yep. And you proceed on through the day into the forest as evening goes upon you. How far do you want to push into the evening?
I think the forest edge is probably good enough if that's where it's evening time.
Yep.
Unless anyone disagrees.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me any.
Oh, no.
Bishop, do you mind taking first watch?
I do not have an issue.
Then I will take second watch.
And I will watch the back of my eyelids and thank you both.
All right. Bishop, you're taking first watch. Go ahead and roll up your perception.
Can I use sending? What's the captain, like the head chieftain's lady's name? Because I think we accidentally erased it from our notes.
Oh, you did you?
No. There's literally I see Edge, Captain Black Jaguar, and then just an empty spot. Tabaxi, Orange Fur.
Preston's in our notes.
I am definitely not in your notes. You guys got this whole new weird system you're on, anyways. I'm
We
definitely
have like
not in
3
that.
systems.
Nice.
I know Captain Black Jaguars who came, well, who found us, but it wasn't like the leader.
The leader is the shaman Clouded Wind.
Does she by chance have Orange Fur?
Maybe. Hold on.
Nope, I see it further down.
Nope.
Not where I thought it would be.
Nope, she does not have orange fur.
Okay, I have no idea what that one's supposed to be then. So can I send a message to Clouded Wind? This is Quentin. Doubt you remember me, but could we meet with you and the tribe again on a mission?
Be careful out there. Stay safe, elk.
What? You're an elk now? Well, good enough. And I'll let them know that I at least attempted to reach out to the chieftain, that they're possibly expecting a group of adventurers. The answer back wasn't really as helpful as one would hope.
Senile old bastard.
Okay, Bishop, you do not. The night is calm. Second. The night is calm as you feel the cold breeze in the blow through the trees and hear the rustle of the a lot of the leaves have fallen off. It is wintertime. It's cold. Marsland did his tiny hut, but you just kind of sit there and watch, looking for shadowed creatures, but nothing happens. You awaken an Axamander for his watch.
Anything to report?
Everything is calm.
Within this tiny hut, I don't imagine there will be much that could find us, but best to be safe. Get some rest, Bishop.
I'll find a corner and settle down.
Okay. Give me a perception roll, an Axamander.
18. No, just kidding.
Hey, you haven't rolled yet. Don't count it out.
All right, 12.
Okay. The night looks calm and peaceful. You're actually kind of enjoying being out of the city and out in nature. You hear a rustling outside the hut, knowing you're safe because it's camouflaged in there pretty well. A wolf-like creature comes out and walks up. You see it sniffing the ground all the way up till you see its nose kind of just press against the tiny hut, and it kind of stops and shakes its head in confusion. And it looks down, it sniffs some more around the hut before right in front of you, kind of where you're sitting, it hikes its leg and starts peeing all over the side of the hut. You're just seeing full stream hit and run down the side of the hut. It stops, gives a sniff before moving on for the evening.
Reminds
You
me
see-
of what my dog does every morning.
You see the sun peek over at the edge of the forest. The birds begin chirping as morning comes again. Everybody starts waking up.
Marsland, before the hut dissipates, did the hut dissipate?
It's like just there. It's immediately
What? Oh, well, be on guard. There were wolves out last night.
Oh, did they cause any problems? Did you have to go out and deal with them?
No, I did not. Fortunately, we were safe in here. It did decide that this tiny hut was its territory.
Oh, what do you mean?
You read books, right?
I read lots of books.
How do creatures of canine origin mark their territory?
Oh no. Not my hut.
Your hut.
Your imaginary hut that's no longer here.
Right.
When you love something, it's all part of you, Bishop. Even the magical things.
Well, now it has a smell.
That is what I am worried about. I hope when we have to use it again that it is safe.
Well,
All right.
do we all know the way to this place, or is it just Bishop? Or
You weren't
At
with
least
them when this
Bishop.
happened. Everybody else was.
Yeah.
Go
How
ahead.
did Marsden's detailed map not get us exactly where we're going?
Did he make one of this? Like,
I thought it was
I'm
just
going to say yes because he makes one of everything.
yeah.
he was born with a pencil in hand?
okay. So you're
He could take himself right back into his mama's womb.
So
Should have taken that right at
Here's the-
Albuquerque.
Here's that birth canal. And he's got a picture of it.
you all continue walking. Night falls as you get towards the in the waning light of sunset. You see the familiar elevated wooden platforms, rope bridges, and hollowed out trees forming cozy, moss-covered dwellings of Moon's Embrace. Lanterns made of enchanted fireflies provide a dim, flickering glow at night, casting eerie, serene shadows. And you see the small stream weaving through the area, the clear water starting to reflect the silver light of the moon above. You feel that sense that you're definitely have been watched for the last hour or so, though you don't sense or hear anything. And as you get deeper in, a tabaxi with gray and black fur approaches. We wondered what was what was coming through the woods. We prepared for the worst. I see you've returned to us again. What ill tidings do you bring? And who are these new travelers with you?
It's only
We
one
have-
new traveler.
Yeah,
Right?
it would
Just
just
one.
only be an Axemander.
We've added another to our party since the last we spoke.
Well, it's good to see you're alive. At least most of you.
Anaximander Starward, Paladin of Tyr.
Seamus Moon, Ranger of Moon's Embrace. Not named after me, just a happy coincidence.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
And are you? What brings you all the way out here?
We're looking for an item that was lost during the Battle of Twilight's Vale. We believe that your tribe may have had something to do with it.
Well, not quite the storyteller. That's Clouded Wind's job. She runs this place, as you know.
It seems that the item we are looking for was lost to the forest floor during that battle. So we would like any information we could possibly gather. And maybe by helping us, we can help you eradicate this dark presence that has been troubling you.
Sounds all good to me, but I'm afraid you're going to have to wait. Clouded Wind is in meditation until the sun rises. She would know of what you speak. But you're welcome to stay here the evening. We have everything a creature needs.
That is very kind. It has been a long day travel.
Yeah, just head on over to Grumpy. He's the owner of the Cat's Whiskers. You'll be able to tell who he is. He's the grumpy one.
Hey, Bishop, we found you a friend.
I am not sure what you mean by that. And I'll start heading over to, I'm assuming it's just a tent or something.
It's, it looks like a hollowed out tree that has stairs like going down underground. If you need anything, you know where to find me. So Bishop starts walking. What's the rest of you doing?
I follow Bishop.
Yep.
You kind of walk down these rudimentary stone steps into a large tree, like the big redwood trees. It just kind of spirals around till it opens up into kind of earthen walls that have been pushed up with smooth stones taken from a river. There's like roots hanging down and kind of running along the outskirts of the wall. Couple tabaxi turn and look at you, and their eyes squint down as you enter the room. On the other side of the room, cleaning a glass behind a bar, you see a short, stocky tabaxi with yellow fur. It's got two different color eyes. One's kind of a green, the other's a blue. And you just see his eyes narrow down at you as you enter in.
Does he look grumpy?
He looks irritated.
Well, Carver, you must be grumpy. Seamus sent us here.
For the last time, my name's not Grumpy, it's Grumpy!
Grumpy.
Would you mind using that in a sentence?
Grumpy is not grumpy.
An adjective or a verb? And how much soon before we get our asses kicked out of here?
Don't see the likes of you around here. What brings one of the machines into my place of business.
Business is my own.
It's their favorite phrase in this clan.
We are seeking information from your elder.
And I'm guessing you'll be needing rooms, somewhere to sleep.
That would be appreciated.
And probably something to drink as well.
I mean, Marsden could just cast Tiny Hut outside your front door. We could stay there.
Got jokes, do ya?
How much would it be for us to spend the night here?
Couple pine cones. Forest dweller joke.
What's the exchange rate for pine cones to gold?
3 electrum.
I have those for some reason.
And I only take electrum.
I legitimately have 20 electrum for some reason. I have no idea why it's in my bag.
I do. I think 2 silver per room. How many rooms do you need?
4. I know Bishop just tends to crash with me.
All right. I can secure that. And he grabs 4 keys, sets them on the counter.
How many silver was it again?
2 silver
2.
per room.
Okay. I'll hand him 8.
He takes it. Enjoy your stay.
Thanks for the hospitality.
Nothing but the finest here
At Grumpy's.
at Grumpy's. If you like it, buy the t-shirt. I have a cousin who runs a fuel oil station. His name's Bucky's.
Is he dealing beavers?
Whoa.
Don't most
That's
men.
kind of a personal question to ask on the first time you meet somebody.
Wait, isn't Bucky's a beavers mascot?
It is.
Okay.
That's not what we're getting at.
I know that's not what you're getting at. But my opinion was innocent.
You need
Boy,
to get
that
these
little-
Yankees to go south a little bit further, you know?
That little pussy likes some beaver.
Whoa.
Oh, well, that got...
And there went our YouTube.
What? I'm just talking about cats.
Cats, and yeah.
Cats and beavers.
Well, let's try my cats right now, so.
Ugh.
So, anything you want to do, or just resting for the evening?
Nope. Resting for the evening.
Is the entire wall like a root system down
Yeah.
here?
It's roots, rocks, and dirt. There's no windows. There's nothing piped in. It's very
Okay.
rudimentary. It's not the nicest place you've been, but it's warm, and it's very dark.
If I see any spots as I'm walking to my room or walking down the hall that like tree rot or anything like that, I'll reach out and cast mending on it.
Okay. Let's say
Just
you
healing
find a
whatever root
couple.
system. Yeah.
All right. Morning comes. Scrape together some breakfast. and head out. Is that where you're headed?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So you leave Grompy's and head towards Clouded Wind, where Clouded Wind resides, and you see her there. She looks older since your last meeting. Whether time or conditions, it seems like she struggles more with movement than she did in the past. She sees you, makes eye contact, and you see she's got a cane. She walks over and sits next to a fire in a pretty ornate chair made of bone, branch, and stone. She reaches over and lights a small stone brazier beside her, and the air is filled with the gentle scents of lavender and sage. Just kind of wafts through the air. She looks intently at all of you. I see the hawk, the boar, the elk and lizard have returned to my enclave. But what about the wolf and squirrel? Why do they not walk among the trees yet again?
I am not quite sure I know what you are talking about.
Did we have Rift with us last time we were here?
No, I'm pretty sure we had Oz with us.
And this goes way back. I dug for this one. You had Colton with you as well.
Did we?
I don't remember
Yeah.
him being here with us.
No. Oh, yes,
Oh.
yes, we did, because we had him right up until we were going to meet the dragon, and then the dragon told him to, like, pound sand.
Remember, they did not get along.
Yep, at all. Yep. So I go and cast Minor Illusion in my hand, and I make it of Oz, and I'm like, is this the squirrel, or is this the wolf?
That is the wolf.
And then I change it to Colton, and I go, this is the squirrel?
Yes, you remember well.
They have family business that they are attending to.
And who is this who walks my forest like the owlbear in autumn?
I am Anaximander Starward. It's a pleasure to meet you, Cloudwind.
You walk in sacred lands of the Tabaxi.
I will honor your people and your land while I'm here.
She slowly nods at you. She lifts her cane, and you can see it's got things draping off of it. She shakes it, it clatters. Why have you come back to me?
We are looking for the Tomb of Whispered Despair. We believe your tribe, under the guidance of Shifting Leaf, has part of the issue with these shadow creatures attacking the book somewhere in this forest. We wish to retrieve it.
Tell me, what have you heard of this tale?
I'll pull out the child's book. And read from the book.
Okay, you're just gonna read it out loud? Okay.
Yep.
Perfect. Once you get done, you see her eyes are squinted down at you. That's not how it happened. The details wrong. Twisted by time and careless human tongues. She just leans forward, her gaze just settling in on you. Not blaming you, but irritated. You see she's irritated at the lineage of the story. Sit. Listen, and I'll tell you the truth that you seek. What do y'all do?
I'll take a seat.
Yeah, I'm sitting.
Mm-hmm.
You sit down, and as you get lower, the smells from the brazier just kind of waft across your face, and all of you, minus Bishop, like you just feel lighter. Like a weight's been lifted off your shoulder. You're calm. She looks at each of you, just kind of taking each of you in. Long ago, in the age when shadows slipped between trees like whispers in magic, it was wilder than it is now. There was a book, a tome of terrible power. None knew its true origins in the forest, only that it held secrets that could bend nature itself, turning the very life of the forest into something unnatural. The book had been stolen from its resting place, its dark influence threatening to unravel the balance of the land. A group of desperate figures, perhaps thieves, perhaps scholars, and she focuses in on Marsland, who had ventured too far, dragged the book toward the realm of shadow, seeking to deliver it into the hands that should never have held such power. But they were not alone. A gleaming golden form broke through the trees, its wings reflecting the light of dawn, even in the depth of the night. A young draconic creature, neither fully dragon nor beast, descended upon them in righteous fury. Its voice rang through the woods. This power will belong to no one, not to mortals, not to shadows. That voice, her voice changes and just echoes in your ears. The thieves fled, desperate to escape its wrath. They dove into the caverns beneath the earth, seeking to lose their pursuer in the maze of tunnels and echoing darkness. But the creature followed, relentless. One by one, the figures vanished into the depths, their fate unknown, followed by shadow or by madness. And when the last echo of their footsteps faded, only the golden creature remained, standing before the cursed tome. It sealed the book away deep within the earth, where no hand would reach it, and spoke its final oath. Never again will this power touch the forest. Never again will it call destruction upon this land. I swear it. The tome was never seen again. My ancestors used to commune with the creature and would tell the tale spoken by it to us. That story passed on generation to generation, corrupted by Kandorian lips. This is the real truth of your story. And right as she says that, a small wind just passes through the trees. It's just like an omen. It just blows and the brazier flickers and everything just gets kind of quiet. Now tell me, why does a group of scholars or thieves enter my camp asking about the tome?
We are neither scholars nor thieves.
I actually take offense to that. I am a scholar.
We
Quiet, Marsland.
have come to collect. We are working a way to eradicate the corruption that was placed upon those books. There is a greater evil coming, and we need it to help stop what is to come.
That tome only would bring evil to these lands. What do you hope to stop with an object of such evil?
By cleansing the tome of its corruption, its power, combined with the 6 other books, will help us defeat the last remaining Shadowspark, who is wanting to reverse time and take power, killing anyone who gets in his way. If we could do this without disturbing such an evil contraption, I would gladly not be on this task, as we already know how dangerous these items can be. But if we can cleanse it of its corruption, it could be a use of great goodness.
She looks sternly at all of you.
None of us have any ill intent with this book.
On this endeavor, I cannot offer you my blessing as before. That book should stay where it is, but I also will not stop you. though there may be things that may try.
The last time we met, I was not sure of where my power came from or who it came from. Ferondis has put the task before me of reassembling the birchwood blade and bringing balance back to nature. You, of all the people in Phrasia, understand that we must live within nature and not against it. I would appreciate your blessing in retrieving the book so that we can help restore the natural order of the forest.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
All right.
Guidance?
We're not playing Baldur's Gate.
Come on. Quentin, back me up.
The dice have been rolled. He's not giving it.
14.
The Green Strider seeks the blade to return to the favor of Sylvanas. A noble task. I will bless this party. I will mark you with the symbols of the forest. And you, new walker in the forest, will gain the mark of the owl.
Thank you, wise one.
Only because of your noble purpose. But do not bring that evil back into my village.
You have my vow that this will not occur.
You have my word that this will not occur.
You aren't interested in just seeing it. I am not. Be on your way. May Sylvanas watch over you.
So, which way?
There's a lot of forest here, Miss Cloudwind.
I believe you have been there before.
The
Don't tell
lake.
me.
Oh no. Azarok's cave. Right? That was his name, the Golden Dragon?
Azrock the Eternal.
Yep, Azarok the Eternal, yep. Yeah. All right.
We appreciate the information. You have been very helpful.
Stay safe, children of the forest. She reaches over and grabs a kind of a bowl-shaped stone and sets it over top of the brazier, puts the incense out, and as the incense goes out, you all kind of just shake your head, and your head clears. And it's strangely a couple hours have passed. It's still
Just
big.
so you all know, she was talking very, very slowly. Since I was the only one not affected by
Yep.
Was I talking slowly too?
it was very odd. There was a lot of hand gestures.
3 months have went by in that one conversation.
It's like old school. You're kidding me, man.
So I
You're
take
crazy.
a moment to look over each marking that she gave each one of us.
Yep.
And make a note of which animal we all got assigned.
Yeah.
Owl. I'm an owl.
Right? Yep.
Yeah. She did this before. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
This was in when y'all weren't taking as good notes, I don't think. I'm just saying, you take good notes now. It's a good thing. Progress.
It's still got the 2 old characters that we came with on it, but that's all right. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good.
it definitely would. All right. What would you like to do?
I guess we're gonna be following the what was it? It was the creek that led to the lake, that led to
Yep.
the cave, right?
Yep.
So we'll be going in that direction.
Okay. You start walking. You walk that way for a couple hours. Any conversations about this revelation?
I am hoping that this is actually a Shadowspark book and not some other evil that we are releasing into the world. Because
Anybody wonder why
you
we
know
got...
that's what we do.
Just
We
for the
have to
record,
cause
I
more
gave my
problems.
vow that I would protect that said from any releasing of evil, so I would prefer to keep it that way.
Well, we said we wouldn't bring the book back to their village.
Yeah, that
Right.
yeah.
So, does anybody understand why we got assigned the animals that we did?
It's a tribe thing.
I don't know.
You say you recognize the location of this that we are heading to?
We are heading to a very grumpy dragon who has pretty much told us never to come back, asking for a book that no one wants to release. So, yes. We could be fucked.
It would.
Did Bryn mess with your vocal modulator or whatever runs in there?
I know when I see shite on the ground and we're heading straight into it.
What was the name of the dragon again?
Azrock the Eternal.
That's right.
It just seems for every 2 steps forward, we get thrown a week back.
Every item we pick up, there's a quest for 6 more.
The light unsparkers are going to be the cause of the destruction of this world. In the slim glimpse of hope that we save it from itself.
The Pillar of Wind had it right.
Yeah, pretty much.
Great, we
This
got a
boy.
Thanos situation here.
Drastin,
Yeah.
as we are walking, Justinian, thinking about where we are going and who we are about to see, takes the Dragon Slayer longsword and shoves it into his bag of holding.
That's really fair. That's
Yeah.
Yeah. Not
I almost
only
choked.
are we going into this thing
that's a really good
the way
idea.
we're doing, we're also going to have to battle a good dragon.
Yeah. Just
You-
thinking ahead a little bit there. You know,
using
maybe
the new sets of rules for dragons.
Gosh, what
Ancient Gold
is
Dragon
going on? We get a
Could
new
we
set.
possibly screw ourselves?
There's a new set of freaking monster rules that just got launched, and we go headlong into a freaking dragon lair. Hey, we
Ancient
got
Gold
this,
Dragon.
guys. We
Ancient
got
Gold
this.
Dragon.
We'll be fine.
Great.
Ugh,
Oh boy.
so good. So good.
So you continue. You can see the sun coming overhead as you approach into dusk. You hear a low moaning of a creature stumbling through the forest. The branches snap and crackle as you kind of take pause of the sound. Moments later, you hear the same sound from behind you. And as you look around in the dusk of the evening, the creature in front of you appears. Its bird-like features pronounced upon a large bear-like form. Its back oozes with pustules and black ichor that drips down its shoulders and face. The creature's eyes almost glow as you see them jut from side to side chaotically. It lets out a shrieking cry before charging forward at you. And that's where we're going to end tonight.
Woohoo!
Do we get a level up before this encounter?
I am going to reach through the camera. You can level up after you slay the gold dragon.
No.
I think some of the best moments is when we have those moments of realization of different things of, oh crap. I hope we're going the right direction and everything else. That I wouldn't even have thought of the Dragon Slayer longsword. So that was really good. Like, oh, let me put this away for a second.
Well, you said like when we faced that sea dragon thing, you said that it freaked out at the sword. So I was like, yeah, maybe dragons know what this is, and they don't like it so much.
Yeah, it's not like a legendary, like they know what those are for sure.
Right.
No, that was pretty solid. I hope everyone enjoyed tonight's little escapades. Back out of the city and into the forest. Hopefully we'll have Marsland with us next week, just in time for some events here. TPK. Yeah, we'll be with you on Wednesday, and I put it in the chat earlier because I forgot to mention it. I put in the chat, check out the new merch store if you want to help us out just a little bit and get yourself something cool to wear. There's some new glasses in there, there's mouse pads, there's new coffee mugs. I know I'm due for a new mouse pad. This one's looking pretty rough.
Some of the photos from my OnlyFans
Yeah, some of
have
those
been put on there.
put on a coffee mug. But we're gonna be trying to add some more stuff in there just so there's some options. There's a little pillow you can snuggle up with our logo on, and there's this really I'm a big fan of it. No one else may be, but I did kind of this collage picture that says Shadowspark Chronicles on it, and it's got the maps of some of the characters' hometowns, the ones that we know and can share, and then the map of the Isle of Phrasia on it too. And it's comes with a frame and glass and everything. It's a neat little setup. You can get it in different sizes, but that stuff's available in the merch store. This Wednesday will be our bear hunt for Valentine's Day. And don't forget to check out Half Ass Beer Review. Getting some new ones out there. It's had some pretty good one. If you have not seen the Bag of Dicks video, it's great. That's not a bit. Here in the Cincinnati area, there's a potato chip company called Dick's, and they play right into what it is. And they tell people, hey, you need to eat a bag of Dicks. So Tone and I got to go down and get some. I guess they sell them at Jungle Gyms. They said that, yeah, they said they're really, but they're Cincinnati only area. But go check those. We found out about them from Truth Beer Podcasting, which is a local podcast beer review podcast that's out here. We met them a couple months ago. So yeah, check out that video. We needed to do like an innuendo counter on there because it was counting up pretty fast. But check that out.
So Ohio gets rid of Mike Sells, but goes Mike Sells Bag of Dicks.
Yep.
Chips.
We'll have to get us some. Yeah, there's some funny stuff with that. And then don't forget to check out Banter and Babble. They have put out their kind of their roadmap for this year, and they've got some new Let's Set the Tones out there and The World According to Tone. Those are going on, and Dude has been playing through the Indiana Jones game, some of the other games. So check those guys out. Big supporters here. And we still got exciting news of something else that's going on, but we're still finalizing some details, and we'll let you know later. But that's the big stuff. You guys got anything?
Nope.
Help.
Nothing new.
All right. Help us. And we'll close this out in the only way we know how to close it out, and the best possible way. Have a good evening. And until next time, we'll see you in the dungeon. Take care, everyone.
Night, where demons haunt and fright, everyone stands afraid to fight against the evil. But there are those that stand alone against the evil and the crones. Heroes willing to go the extra mile and end the evil with maximum style. When you need heroes to go deep, when you need heroes that never sleep, light us partners. When you know all hope is gone, when you need to right what's wrong, light us partners. Now evil will run and hide, as nothing but light now resides. Our heroes saving all the souls, their adventures now a tale of when you need heroes to go deep, when you need heroes that never sleep, light us partners. When you know all